Welcome to Tarantula Beast. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to go over 5 common beginner mistakes that new tarantula keepers make. And before I get on with this list, I'm letting you guys know that I am taking requests for species-specific care guides, because I've already covered the species that I currently own, which are the Tlittlecotyle vagans or Mexican red rump, the Lacioceano sazamai or Brazilian blue, the Avicularia or common pink toe, the Acanthoscuria geniculata or Brazilian white knee, the Brachypomobami or Mexican fireleg, and the Grammostola rosea slash porteri or rosehair tarantulas. So yeah, if you have any requests for species-specific care guides, drop them down in the comments and I will most certainly get those out there. But anyways, let's get on with this list, shall we? So coming in at number 5, we have choosing the wrong species to start off with as your first tarantula. Of course, there's some people that get into the hobby and they want to start off with an old world species because of the pretty coloration compared to most new world species. And that is definitely one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a starter. Start off with a calmer new world species like a Mexican red knee, curly hair, rose hair, Chaco golden knee. Definitely don't start off with no OBT or cobalt blue or any ornamental species. As new worlds, they're slower, they're more docile, and their venom is less potent. Their first line of defense is kicking urticating hairs that feel like fiberglass. Old worlds, on the other hand, their venom packs a lot more of a punch. They're a lot faster to the point to where they're literally teleporting. And that's going to be an issue when you're rehousing your spider. And compared to New Worlds, their venom has the same effect as a bee sting. Old Worlds, it can send you to the hospital for a night. Not enough to kill you, luckily, unless you're allergic. But you definitely don't want to deal with any Old World venom, as it can lead to nausea, dizziness, fevers even, and muscle spasms. Yeah, Old World venom is pretty nasty, so definitely don't start off with any Old Worlds. Start off with the calmer, docile New World species. So coming in at number 4, we have overmisting the enclosure, which I feel like a lot of people were guilty of when they started out, myself included, by the way. And the reason why overmisting can be a bad thing is due to dangerous humidity spikes that can lead to mold, mites, and even fatal respiratory issues for less hardier species like pink-toed tarantulas. They like high humidity, but they also like plenty of cross ventilation, and that is absolute top priority for a pink-toes enclosure. But dangerous humidity spikes for any species of tarantula, even the moisture-dependent ones. And what I do to avoid this, I don't mist a whole lot. I usually mist the enclosures like once every week or two. But my main method of maintaining the humidity is just overflowing the water dish once a week. Or anytime I overflow the water dish, I wait for that spot to dry out completely before I overflow it again. But still keep fresh water, a full water dish available at all times. That's the best way to maintain humidity for any tarantula. And I very rarely do it with tarantulas that like it bone dry, like our rosehair tarantula and our Mexican fireleg. Like, they like it bone dry. So I limit overflowing their water dishes to like once every 2 weeks. But anyone else, I do it about once a week. So coming in at number 3 is overhandling your tarantulas. And this includes species that are more tolerant of handling, like any species from the Brachypelma or Grammostola genuses. Overhandling your tarantula can stress it out, and it's risky for both you and your tarantula. The risks that you're taking yourself are urticating hairs or a bite. The risks that you are taking for the tarantula are a potential fall that can lead to a ruptured abdomen, which can prove to be fatal. And if you are going to hold your tarantulas, make sure it's a very small distance between a soft spot like a bed or a couch, or just hold it over a table and give it as little of fall distance as possible so that it doesn't fall and rupture its abdomen. But of course, in general, just don't handle your tarantulas too much. They're mainly display pets, look but don't touch. And just, I'm not against handling it all. I do handle my tarantulas sometimes, but I'm just pointing out the risks that you can take when handling them. But anyways, don't overhandle them. So now coming in at number 2, we have not enough substrate. This mainly applies for terrestrial or fossorial species. Arboreal species, you don't have to worry about this as they are tree dwellers. For terrestrial and fossorial species, for a terrestrial setup, fill the enclosure up at least halfway with substrate. And for a fossorial species, fill it up like 2/3 or 3/4 of the way with substrate. And the reason why it needs as much substrate as it does is to give it the opportunity to burrow and also to decrease the risk of a fall and rupturing its abdomen in case if it does decide that it wants to climb the walls or scale the top of the enclosure. So yeah, plenty of substrate, give it the opportunity to burrow, decrease the risk of a fatal injury. So now coming in at number 1, heat lamps or heating pads. Tarantulas do just fine in room temperature between 65 and 78 degrees, no hotter than 85 degrees for some species. And if you do have a heating lamp or a heating pad, it'll dry out the enclosure, it will cook your spider, and a lot of terrestrial species, they burrow to escape the heat in their natural habitat. So if you have any artificial heating sources, lose them right now. They do just fine in room temperature. If you're comfortable, your tarantula is comfortable, and definitely do not put the enclosures in direct sunlight. So yeah. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll put out more videos like this, and I will see you next time.